Okay, so number one, what behavior are you focusing on for your individual behavior change project, and what is your strategy for succeeding in changing the behavior during these 6 weeks? The behavior I've chosen is procrastination. I'm really bad at procrastinating. So what I'll do, I'll use a planner and I'll start a daily agenda to make sure that I'm going to knock all these agendas off in this day. And then the second thing I'll do is I'll use a social support group. So I'll use my family and my friends just to make sure that I knock off all of these agendas in a day. They'll just hold me accountable. So number two, can someone begin exercising for external reasons and later develop intrinsic motivation? And then what factors might influence this transition? So yes, someone can definitely start exercising for external reasons and then develop an intrinsic motivation later on. So what can originally start as a reason to lose weight or just meet some kind of requirement can eventually become a habit. This habitual factor is not the only thing that can have an influence on this transition. Also enjoyment. So if you go to the gym to lose weight, eventually you're going to find enjoyment in that, and then it will become a lot easier to keep going on. So number three, the article highlights planning, self-regulation, and social support as important factors. Which do you think is most influential for long-term behavior change, and why? So out of the three factors, planning, self-regulation, and social support, I believe that self-regulation is the most influential for long-term behavior change. So self-regulation is very important when you lose motivation. So when you lose motivation, all that you have left is discipline. And if you keep self-regulating yourself, then you'll have that discipline to keep going forward. And this can come by being accountable, by setting goals and managing setbacks. And this will just continue to help you grow. So do you think self-control can truly be strengthened over time? Why or why not? So I do believe that self-control can be strengthened over time, just as a skill would be. So when healthy habits are repeated, it becomes a lot easier to maintain this way of life. And it's the same with self-control. If you're able to practice it, then it will become easier to keep a level head. So now number five, could there be downsides to tying too much personal meaning or identity to exercise or sport? There definitely could be downsides to tying too much personal meaning or identity. So if one was to use a sport, for an example, and they use it to define a big portion of their identity, and then they get injured, well, then they lose that sport, and then they also lose their identity. So now that leaves them with just being stuck with confusion and then having to find an identity outside of that sport. So there definitely could be downsides to that.